if you want to go round the room and introduce yourselves, we'll start with you, Will, shall we?
Right, yeah, I'm Will Lawrence. I play the saxophone, both tenor and alto.
I'm Dom Stockbridge. I'm the singer, and I play the guitar as well.
Right, and next in line.
I'm Seb McNish and I play drums and percussion.
Right.
Nick Scott, I play the bass guitar.
Right, and you're all very, very young, aren't you? I stressed on the Facebook group that you were kind of the future of British blues. How old are you all?
15.
You're all
You're
15,
16, yeah.
all year 11s,
Year 11,
Yeah.
yeah.
getting ready to do GCSEs.
Unfortunately.
Ready is the wrong word.
Well, what can you do? How long have you been playing as a band then?
2 years as a three-piece, and then Will joined last year.
Yeah, so I've been with them about a year.
And me and Dom started 3 years ago almost now, isn't it?
Almost, yeah.
We first jammed.
Right. Right, and you did Newark Blues Festival, didn't you, this year and last year? Was it last year or was it the year
it's
before?
this
year.
Friends of ours did it last year then.
Oh, didn't you do it? Didn't you do Newark twice? Oh, it's not you guys.
We played the British Legion at Newark Castle.
Right,
Youth
okay.
Fest as well.
And
We did a year.
and the Youth Festival in Newark.
And it went very well, did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fantastic.
good opportunity.
We've got a lot of gratitude for the Poynting family for sort of organising it. It was a
Yeah.
brilliant
Yeah,
facility for people like us,
Yeah.
Yeah.
with the sort of PA,
Yeah.
etc.
It's great that they've got that amount of commitment to put that amount of work into it every single
Yeah.
year to create a great set year in, year out.
Because it's from a non-profit basis.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
to do that just for
Yeah.
the love of the blues is
Yeah.
really something.
And what dragged you young men to the blues then? What was it musically
We all
that?
come from different musical backgrounds, really. But I suppose.
Well, the blues for me started with a guy called Rory Gallagher, who's my hero to this
Yeah.
day. I got introduced to him through my guitar teacher, and then I guess I spread the words to these guys, and it's gone from there. I guess it's snowballed until.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just kind of developed and evolved really
Yeah.
from originally, I suppose, being a bit rock and roll and now being a bit rock and blues, and
Yeah, we all.
it's just developing all the time.
I think we all contribute different genres and styles of
Yeah.
music to it. Like
Bring
Yeah.
something new to the band.
I like the
Yeah.
Chili Peppers. Will likes Clarence Clemens. Seb likes Kasabian. Doing some music. Really.
So it kind of a mishmash.
Yeah, very much. Yeah, but we all
Heading
have the
towards
same
blues.
passion for the blues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so obviously, because I know I've got 14-year-old little girl, as in little girl, but she's, I mean, she likes all this modern garbage, you know, this,
Yeah.
this. I better not mention anybody in case we get sued, but you guys know we're talking about, don't you?
Yeah,
The sort
a
of
few ideas.
modern conveyor belt music, shall we call it,
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
polite.
That's a good way to put it.
So yeah, I mean, have you done anything at school? So have you done, school gigs and
We do quite a lot,
little
don't we,
sets
really?
at school and stuff?
I mean, usually in lunch times, every sort of month or so, they have bands on and
Right.
various things. Like we're when the school do sort of musicals, we're invited to be the backing band, so that's stuff like
Yeah.
Joseph and the Dreamcoat,
Oh really?
etc. So we do that, but
We went on the in the past July. We went on the school do a music tour, and they invited us on that to Strasbourg and Tuscany for
Right.
a week, which was really good
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Because that was going to be my next question. Because I spoke to Warren in the week, who is
my dad.
your dad, isn't he? There's many parents and men. But you spent a bit of time in Italy, didn't you, this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Or last year, wasn't it? Middle of last year.
Really opened our minds, I think. 'Cause we weren't playing just blues music. We were.
No, yeah, I mean, we
Doing
played with other groups, didn't we? Like the jazz band and
the orchestra. And
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
So it kind of gave you a bit of... Because I imagine being a sax player, Will, that
Yeah.
you kind of wander over into the jazz
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
and
Yeah.
the funk and the... so... Because
Exactly.
it's unusual, isn't it, within a blues... rock blues
You don't
outfit
see
to
that
have
often, no.
have a sax player, and it works quite well, actually.
It brings a new edge to our band, definitely.
Yeah.
Especially because we play a lot of gigs at school and around for younger people. They're used to listening to the modern conveyor belt music.
Yeah.
And to hear this kind of music with the saxophone and guitar
Yeah.
and bass, it's like
Yeah.
people are actually quite interested, aren't they? I find.
Yeah, definitely.
You get a lot of people coming up and saying, "Wow."
Were you forced through the orchestra then? Did you do that route, sort of classical?
I went to JD at the Minster School, so I was
Right.
in the orchestra for 7 years before taking up the bass guitar.
Right, what did you do before that?
I played the violin.
Right,
and-
okay.
Not exactly a rock instrument.
It could be, never know. You should try it.
I've
We played a
been
bit of
dragged back into the orchestra now as well on the double bass, so it's
Right,
kind of come back around again.
yep, yep. And what about you other guys? Did you do any of the classical route, you know, the sort of...
No, well, I didn't. I started just drumming and then
Yeah.
joined the band, and I've moved just for more experiences to the classical route, like orchestra, just to see what it's like.
Yeah, just to kind of have a go.
Yeah.
And, right, so what have we done? You talked about Rory Gallagher, didn't you, and Kasabian and all sorts. You're a saxophone player. Who's the one up there for you?
My favourite player, Bruce Springsteen saxophonist, very famous. Clarence Clemens.
Yeah.
It's probably my favourite player. But and that's an example of a kind of a rock and roll saxophonist that
Yeah.
you said we don't see many of. So he's the closest sort of thing to what we do to really, as well as a few of the jazz saxophonists, David Sanborn and people.
Yeah, and what about you guys? What about...
Gone.
Oh, well, I can guarantee I'll walk out of this studio thinking, why didn't I say his name? As I say, we've mentioned Rory Gallagher,
Yeah.
Tom Waits, Hank Marvin, Peter Green. It goes all the way back to sort of Django Reinhardt and then up to date stuff.
Yeah, because you recognised Robert Johnson, didn't you, earlier?
Oh
so,
yeah, Robert Johnson.
you know, for a man of your years to be recognising a Robert Johnson track, you must be reasonably well cultured musically, I would imagine.
I'd like to think so.
Was it home life? Was it parents or? Is
Well,
you-
my mum and dad have always been big music fans, but like I say, it's my guitar teacher who really would say, you know, here's, I don't know, for instance, for example, the Carpenters. I mean, they're not rock and roll at all, but they would, here's the lesson in it, and then take from it, and then I'd to sort of, I'll take a bit of this and a bit of that from everywhere. So,
Yeah. Yep, carry on.
how about you, sir?
Well, the best way to describe it for me is I like influence from people from the early blues in the 50s all the way to modern rock and roll, like your
Yeah.
Kasabian and your Foo Fighters and
Yeah.
everything in between, like your Guns N' Roses and
Yeah.
your Oasis.
Is there one drummer that sticks in your mind as...
Keith Moon is
Right.
definitely one of them,
Okay.
just because, you know, he's one of a kind, really. There's no drummers in his style like him.
Yep.
I think he was a bit crazy, but yeah.
I think you have to be a drummer, don't you? To some degree.
What do you guys think?
I mean, it starts with Animal in the Muppets, doesn't it? And
Oh,
then
yeah.
kind of comes in from there. What about you as bass player? Is there anyone that's...
Yeah, for me there's two. There's Flea, who's he's my biggest idol. He inspired me to take it up, and
Yeah, the Chili Peppers.
yeah, I can't get enough listening to them. And then there's another bassist who might not be as well known, called Jaco Pastorius, who I consider to be the best bassist possibly who's ever lived. He played a fretless bass, and unfortunately he died when he was about 30. But in what he did, he was a virtuoso of it, and he's inspired me a lot in learning his music and listening to taking lessons from it.
Okay. And where can people listen or get any or have a look at? Have you got a website?
Facebook page.
Facebook page.
Okay.
And then we've got a MySpace coming soon. It's not up and running yet.
But we will.
So the best way to find us is Facebook straight
Yeah.
away. Is all our details and everything's on there.
So you are available for gigs,
Yeah, definitely.
Very available.
and any ideas on when you might put some material out on disc or?
Well, we've done like the odd, demo
Yeah.
but nothing.
We're doing a few recordings. I mean, we've got a few down, but it's a process, isn't it, I guess?
Not to rush into anything.
Watch this space.
Watch this space. How you see, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure to talk
Thank you,
to you.
Colin.
Thank you.
We'll put another track on, and then we'll let you play some more. I think
Brilliant.
Thanks.
that's all right with
Thank
you.
you very much, Colin.
Platform
Cool.
58, you've been marvellous.
Colin, you've also been very marvellous.
Thank you very much.